is a lesson for beginners and intermediates. We are going to be covering some simple but useful and versatile. Versatile meaning that these words have different uses, slightly different meanings. Okay, so it's going to clarify the exact ways in which you can use words like very, too, enough, quite. There's a couple more that I'll show you in a while. Let's get started. Very. I'm sure you've all seen this word before. In French, très, in Hindi, bahut. See my lesson on South Asian problems that people have learning English if you are an Indian speaker. Anyway, I digress. Very can be used, well, is used as an adverb. When it's used as an adverb, we put it before the adjective or the adverb. Let me give you an example. E.g., she was very pleased. She was very happy. He was very upset. He was very angry. Okay, so very, the adverb before the word pleased, before the description. Moving on. Very as an adjective. It has to come before the noun. For example, the car exploded before my very eyes. So here we have very before a noun. What does it mean here? Well, it means my own, my exact eyes, none other but my eyes. Okay, let's clarify this a little more. So very can mean exact. Example, the very same. Is your name Benjamin? Yes, the very same. Another meaning, really, to be very good at something. What are some words that you could use instead of very? Because you don't want to do a piece of writing and it's a very, 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 it would get really quite boring. Really, quite, there you are, two synonyms. What about considerably? Considerably, considerably. So in pronunciation, we'd probably skip out the E and just go considerably, considerably, considerably. Extremely, extremely. Substantially, substantially. Strikingly. A strikingly good football player. Moving on. To. Okay, there are two separate meanings of to. It can mean also. My example, yeah, I've been there too. I've been there as well. I've also been there. You could use as well instead of to. Okay, if you're saying, yeah, I like chocolate too. I like chocolate as well. Or the other meaning of to is excessively. For example, too laid back. He just doesn't wake up. What could you have? Well, unreasonably would work here as well. He's unreasonably laid back. He's just, it's so annoying. Okay, so we've got also, okay, or excessively. It was too hot. It was unreasonably hot, excessively hot. On to enough. Now, enough can mean plenty, or it can mean adequately, just acceptable, just okay. Let's look at both. So if it's going to mean plenty, I could say, I've had enough. Now, it's going to change the meaning of this where you put the stress and where you put the intonation. So if I say, I've had enough, and I storm out the room, it means that was the last straw, okay? I've had enough there would mean something like, I am very angry now, I cannot do this anymore, okay? But if you are sat round a lunch table and someone offers you a second course and you say, no, thank you very much, that was delicious, but I've had enough. It means adequate, okay? So it can mean adequate or kind of, if you see what I mean. When words won't serve you, find a sound. Right, next meaning of enough. It can also mean adequately. He's good enough. He's okay. Like, he's good enough to be in the football team, but he probably won't win the game for us. A synonym you could use instead of enough there, he's sufficiently good. Note that I would put sufficiently in front of good rather than after it. Okay, so On my first board we have very. Okay, remember that it means really or exact. Okay, that is the very result I was looking for. 2, remember it can mean also or excessively. Enough, it can mean plenty or just about okay. Let's learn some more. On to quite and rather. Both of these have 2 different meanings as well. Quite can mean completely, or it can mean a bit. Rather can mean moderately, or it can mean instead. Okay. Quite when we are meaning completely. The cat was quite overcome with fatigue. Fatigue, tiredness. Okay. Overcome means filled up with, put on, totally feeling this. Okay, so the cat was totally exhausted, completely. Yeah, I've already used that word to try and explain, but totally would be another way of saying quite here, another way of saying completely. Completely, quite something. When we mean it as a bit, when we mean quite to mean a bit. She was quite good at dancing. She was quite good at dancing. He was quite good at baking cakes. Means they're okay at it, but they're not fantastic. I'd rather eat cake from Bob the baker. Another word you could use here is fairly. She was fairly good at dancing. Okay, hope you got that. On to rather, meaning moderately. He was rather hungry. He was rather hungry. So quite, he was pretty hungry. This is an excellent word to use. He was somewhat hungry, or she was somewhat hungry. Quite a formal, slightly old-fashioned word, but excellent to use in writing. Rather can also mean instead. I'd rather catch a train to Paris. Okay, means instead. I would rather be playing ping pong. If there's another option that you would prefer, you can use rather. Let's recap. Quite can mean completely. He was quite overcome with joy, with happiness. It can mean a bit. She was quite disappointed. Rather can mean moderately. She was rather hungry. Or it can mean instead. I'd rather that instead of twiddling your thumbs, you now went on and did the quiz. And then I'll see you in the next video. Toodaloo!